Hi everyone, it's Vivi, and here's your weekly roundup of anime premieres, movies, and more. First up, we are going to have an amazing follow-up to the wildly successful and Oscar-winning Godzilla Minus One called Godzilla Minus Zero. The film will have a North America theatrical premiere date of November 6, 2026, and will be directed and written by Takashi Yamazaki. The Ramparts of Ice will be getting an anime debut on April 2nd, 2026 on Netflix. Created by Kocha Agasawa, the manga centers around Koyuki Hikawa, a high school student who has a tough time getting close to friends. Ultimately, it follows her struggles, explains why she built up this wall, and showcases her growth. This seems like a nice coming-of-age story, so I'm really excited to see how this plays out. Third season of Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, is coming back July 2026. That's about 2 years after the end of the second season. The show will continue to follow Rudius and his adventures now with Sylphie, Roxy, and his new child. The staff has also announced a new mobile game called Mushoku Tensei Chronicle of Echoes, which will also be releasing sometime in 2026. It will be a 3D battle RPG and will be free to play. Full Clearing Another World Under a Goddess with Zero Believers is getting an anime adaptation. This isekai anime follows Makoto Takatsuki, who ends up getting whisked away to another world with the rest of his class after a fatal bus crash. Unfortunately, while the rest of his classmates get cool powers, Makoto ends up having weak skills and ends up being stuck as an apprentice mage and with only 10 years to live. Eventually, he meets a minor goddess in his dreams who blesses him with a divine weapon strong enough to rescue her from the dungeon she's trapped in. Star Detective Precure has released their first trailer as well as a premiere date of February 1st, 2026 in Japan. The story follows Anna Akechi, who ends up time traveling back to 1999, where she meets Mikuru Kobayashi, a Precure detective. Together, they must solve the mysteries in order to get Anna back to her original timeline. The light novel, The Person I Love Asked Me to Die and My Sister Said, will be getting an anime adaptation as announced by the publisher, 2 Books. The story follows Lady Wisteria, who loves Lord Bright, and he asks her to take her sister's place as a pre-dawn realm guardian. 20 years later, however, a man comes to her realm challenging Wisteria, and he looks suspiciously like Lord Bright. Firefly Wedding is getting an anime adaptation in October of 2026. The story is about Satoko, a beautiful but sickly noblewoman who has little time left to live. However, before she can secure a noble marriage, she learns that she is the target of an assassin. To save herself, she proposes marriage, which the assassin gladly accepts. Anime Eigo has announced that Hotori, Simple Wishing for Hope, is getting an English dub in June 2026. This will be the first ever release in North America for the anime, as well as a first physical release ever. In addition to this, Anime Eigo is also releasing Prime Rose on January 20th and The Dagger of Kamui on Blu-ray on April 7th. Draw This, Then Die is getting an anime premiere in July 2026. The manga centers around Ai Yasumi, a high school girl who loves manga so much she decides to become a mangaka. Along the way, she learns about the joys and pains of creating her own manga. And finally, Scooby-Doo, one of Cartoon Network's most iconic characters, is getting an anime. The short-form series, titled Scooby-Doo Gokko, was released during a brand launch in Brazil. This series will reportedly release in 2027, and instead of being full-length episodic, anime will follow a short-form format with cute simplified visual style. And that's it for this week's anime roundup. Let me know in the comments below what you're excited about, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I will see you next week. Bye!